All of you, good morning. My dear students, I am Anbraj, social science teacher. In this session, we have got to study Civics Unit 1, Indian Constitution portion. In this session, we have got to study about the fundamental rights and directive principles of state policy. Okay. First of all, the fundamental rights. The fundamental rights are enshrined in Part 3 of the Constitution from Articles 12 to 35. In this regard, the framers of the Constitution derived inspiration from the Constitution of USA. Originally, the Constitution provided for 7 fundamental rights. At present, there are only 6 fundamental rights. Part 3 of the Constitution is rightly described as the Magna Carta of India. While fundamental rights are available to all persons, certain fundamental rights are available
to Indian citizens.
Do you know Magna Carta? Have you heard the word? Magna Carta. Magna Carta is the charter of rights issued by King John of England in 1215 AD under pressure from the barons. Here, barons is a rank of nobility or title of honor, often hereditary in England. Okay. This first written document relating to the fundamental rights of citizens. This is the first written document relating to the fundamental rights of citizens. Okay. Right to constitutional remedies. The right to constitutional remedies referred in our Constitution in Article 32. A writ is on order. A writ is on order or command issued by a court in writing under its seal. That is called writ. Writ is in the nature of a command or prohibition. Command means orders. Prohibition means the action of forbidding something, especially by law. The action of forbidding something, especially by law. Okay. Prohibition from performing certain acts that are specified in the orders of the court. Both the Supreme Court and the High Court are empowered to issue 5 kinds of writs of habeas writs. That is habeas corpus, mandamus, prohibition, quo warranto, and certiorari. That is why the Supreme Court is called the guardian of the Constitution. Because the Supreme Court safeguard the basic rights through its writs order. So, Supreme Court has called the guardian of the Constitution. Okay. According to Dr. Ambedkar, Article 32 is the heart and the soul of the Constitution. First of all, the habeas corpus. The habeas corpus order safeguards people from illegal arrest. from illegal arrest, a citizen was safeguarded by the habeas corpus. Next B. Second, mandamus writ. Mandamus, it protects the petitioner who requires legal help to get his work done by respective public authorities. And then prohibition writ. Prohibition, it prohibits a subordinate court from acting beyond its jurisdiction. Next, quo warranto. Quo warranto prevents the usurpation of public office through illegal manner. Okay. Now you should knowing the what are the fundamental rights. That fundamental rights have 6 have practice at present. First is right to equality. Article 14. The right to equality concept consists the several articles in our constitution. That firstly, Article 14, equality before law. Article 14 says all citizens have equality before law. And Article 15, prohibition of discrimination on grounds of religion, race, caste, sex, and place of birth. Here, discrimination means the unjust or prejudicial treatment of different categories of people. Okay. Article 16 consists equality of opportunity in matters of public employment. And then Article 17, abolition of untouchability. Here, abolition means the action of abolishing a system, practice, or institution. Okay. Article 17 consists the abolition of titles except military and academic. Second rights, right to freedom. The right to freedom concept consisted several articles in our constitution. Article 19, freedom of speech and expression, and the citizens assembling, and the citizens form associations. The citizens practice movements, residence and professions. Article 20 consists the protection in respect of conviction for offences. Article 21, protection of life and personal liberty. Article 21A consists or refers about the right to elementary education. Article 22, protection against arrest and detention in certain cases. Here, detention means the action of detaining someone or the state of being detained in official custody. Okay. Third, fundamental rights, right against exploitation. Right against exploitations. Article 23, prohibition of traffic in human beings and forced labors. And Article 24, prohibition of employment of children in factories, etc. The fourth fundamental rights, right to religion. Article 25th of our constitution consists freedom of conscience and free professions, practices and propagation of religions. Here, propagation means the action of widely spreading and promoting and idea and theory, etc. Okay. Fifth fundamental rights, cultural and educational rights. Article 29. Article 29, protection of languages, scripts and culture of minorities. The Article 29 protects. Article 30. Article 30, right of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions. Sixth fundamental rights, right to constitutional remedies. Article 32, it allows individual seeks redressal for the violation of their fundamental rights. Here, redressal means remedy or compensation for a wrong or grievance. Okay. Next, suspension of fundamental rights. When the president makes a proclamation of emergency under Article 352, the freedoms guaranteed under Article 19 are automatically suspended. The president can suspend other fundamental rights through specific orders. These orders must be approved by the parliament. These orders must be approved by the parliament. But he cannot suspend the freedoms given under Article 20 and 21A in any circumstances. 20 and 21A, that are the educational rights. Okay. Nextly, the directive principles of state policy. The directive principles of state policy are enumerated in part 14, in part 4th of the Constitution, from Articles 36 to 51. The Constitution does not contain any classification of directive principles. However, on the basis of their content and directions, they can be classified into three broad categories. Okay. Wise, socialistic, Gandhian, and liberal intellectuals. These principles are not enforceable by the courts, but they are fundamental for the governance of the country. The government is duty bound to apply these principles while making laws. They aim at promoting the social welfare of the people. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar described these principles as novel features of the Indian Constitution. Differences between fundamental rights and directive principles of the state. Fundamental rights was derived from the Constitution of the USA. Directive principles of state policy was drawn on the model of the Constitution of Ireland. Fundamental rights, even though government cannot take away or abridge these rights, directive principles of the state policy are mere instructions to the government. Fundamental rights are enforceable by court of law. Directive principles of state policy are not enforceable in any court. Fundamental rights have legal sanctions. Directive principles of state policy are not enforceable in any court. These have legal sanctions. The directive principles have moral and political sanctions. Fundamental rights strengthen the political democracy in the country. Directive principles of the state policy implementation of these principles ensure social, economic, and democracy. Fundamental rights are the natural rights, directive principles of state policy led to protect human rights. Okay, students. Lastly, we have got to know about the Article 45, the 86th Amendment Act. The 86th Amendment Act of 2002 changed the subject matter of Article 45 and made elementary education a fundamental right under Article 21A. The amendment directive requires the state to provide early childhood care and education for all children until they complete the age of 6 years. Here, amendment means a minor change or addition designed to improve a text piece of legislation. Okay, thank you, students. Study the subject matters carefully. We will meet the next session. Thank you.